All right, so what if I told you that when you were born, you didn't just get a body and a soul, you also got a user manual? A really, really strange one that for some reason nobody ever gave you. Well, guess what? We found a copy. So let's go ahead and crack open this absolutely bizarre piece of kit for being a person.
First things first, and this is a biggie. Are you, right now, running your entire existence on the factory default settings? You know, the generic, pre-installed Life version 1.0 software that came with the hardware. Because if you are, you might be missing out on some pretty spectacular updates.
Okay, let's get our terms straight. What you think of as you is actually two parts. First up, you've got the container. Yeah, that's this meat and bones hardware you're using to listen to me right now. It comes preloaded with all sorts of legacy software. Let's call it cultural bloatware from your family, your society, and a quick heads up, the warranty is totally void if you think too hard about it. And then inside the container, there's the EM self. This is your electromagnetic essence. It's the real ghost in the machine, the pilot. It's the actual you who's just been sitting there, patiently waiting for you to finally remember the admin password so it can take the controls.
Right. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 1. Your soul's default settings. Because when you first pop into existence, you're not some fully customized, unique digital masterpiece. Oh, no. You're more like a brand new website with a really, really generic theme.
The manual is pretty blunt about it. We are born as placeholders. Seriously, think of it like firing up a new blog. You get the default template, a generic Hello World post, and this vague feeling that you're supposed to be doing something way more interesting. It's functional, sure, but it's not you, at least not yet.
And this default state, this sort of spiritual autopilot, has a name. It's called the bardo. And it's not really a place, it's more of a state of being. It's basically a cosmic traffic jam of earthly chaos, where most of us are just idling, indefinitely, waiting for a green light that just never seems to come.
And, yeah, this pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? The pure absurdity of trying to find your inner peace while you're literally armored against the world and completely stuck in place. That is the definition of being spiritually gridlocked. You know where you want to go, but you've got no GPS and no steering wheel.
So how in the world do you get out of this metaphysical gridlock? Well, that brings us to Section 2, the Great Spiritual Reboot. And this isn't just a simple software update, folks. This is a full system override. This is the moment you decide to junk the default theme and start coding your own. And the manual actually gives us a handy 4-step guide. Step 1 is just admitting your current life theme is a bit, well, generic. That's awakening. Step 2, you got to get access to your soul's root files and start uninstalling all that cultural and familial junk. That's the great rewiring. And then steps 3 and 4, that's when you get to the fun part. You got to get stamped by interdimensional customs.
And this is what that looks like. It's the end game of the reboot. You're no longer just a product of your environment. It's like you're lining up at some cosmic bureaucracy, getting your new reality, your new thoughts, your new identity stamped for approval. You're not just following the blueprint anymore. You're holding it.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Turns out not all of these containers are created equal, which brings us to Section 3, Standard versus Deluxe models. We're going to compare the standard model, the one most of us got, with the Deluxe Collector's Edition, the one that apparently comes with all the DLC pre-installed, the Dalai Lama.
So look at this breakdown. The standard container, that's you and me probably. It's basically running on an open Wi-Fi network. It's completely vulnerable to spiritual malware, it gets tossed around by chaos, and it's born right in the middle of that bardo traffic jam. The Dalai Lama container, though, that's the deluxe model. It ships with a pre-installed Celestial firewall, it just bypasses the bardo entirely, and it's designed to merge with its EM self right out of the box. No awakening required. Lucky him.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit to a totally universal experience. It's a critical threshold we all have to cross just to get a container in the first place. Welcome to Section 4, the Cosmic Birth Canal. And believe me, this isn't just about biology. It's a fundamental principle of becoming anything at all.
You see, the whole journey of birth is basically a giant metaphor for any transformation. It takes a ton of effort. That compression through the birth canal isn't just a tight squeeze. It's an energetic initiation that grounds the EM self to its new hardware. And then, snip,
the cutting of the umbilical cord. That's the exact moment you stop being a subdomain of your mother's website and become your own sovereign individual site on the cosmic internet. But hang on. This brings up a really fascinating, modern little wrinkle in the whole cosmic delivery system. This is Section 5, an existential shipping exception. What happens when you, bypass that whole birth canal process?
Exactly. What if you arrive via C-section? Did your EM self get a little impatient, see the long line for the standard grounding passage, and decide to just tick the box for metaphysical express delivery? Does it mean you arrive a little less compressed? A little less grounded, maybe?
And this is where the user manual gets wonderfully, refreshingly honest. It basically just says, we have no idea. It's a next-level mystery. The lack of that physical squeeze probably does change something about how the container and the EM self fuse together. But what that is? Well, that remains a beautiful, fascinating blank spot on the map.
And that brings us finally to our last section, where we pull this all together. Section 6. Becoming is a universal gig. So whether you got the standard model or the deluxe edition, whether you took the scenic route or paid for express delivery, the job is pretty much the same for all of us.
Ultimately, what this whole manual is saying is that no single path is better than any other. They're just different. Some souls get the deluxe package, a straight shot to becoming. But for the rest of us, our path is all about reclamation. It's a journey that we have to forge ourselves through all the messy, chaotic, but totally rewarding effort of waking up and deciding to write our own code.
So after all that, after peering into this wonderfully strange user manual for the soul, there's only one question that really, truly matters. And it's for you. You've got the hardware. You know about the default settings. And you now know an update is available. So, have you updated your theme yet?